Formula One looks like the world's most glamorous money printer. Private jets, champagne, cars made of materials that sound like comic book metals. You'd think every team owner is rolling around in gold-plated tires. But here's the dirty secret. Most F1 teams lose money every year, even the famous ones. That's because running a Formula One team costs an absurd amount. Think $300 to $500 million per season, before you even crash a front wing. Prize money barely covers a fraction of that. Sponsors help, sure, but half the time they're just there to make the numbers look good. In truth, Formula One is like a Vegas casino. It's not about winning. It's about staying in the game long enough to look successful. Success attracts investors, sponsors, and billionaires who like their toys loud and carbon-fibered. Even when teams don't make profit, their brand value skyrockets. Their car might be a money pit, but it's a famous money pit. It's the same reason luxury fashion brands lose millions but keep selling $1,000 handbags. Prestige pays. So when you see an F1 team spending millions on a new factory, don't think of it as a business. Think of it as performance art, with a very expensive ticket price. In F1, the illusion of wealth is the business model. Every team chases championship points like they're made of gold, because in Formula One, they literally are. The prize pool is about $1 billion annually, but the way it's divided is pure political theatre. You don't just get money for being fast, you get money for being important. Ferrari, for example, earns tens of millions every year just for showing up. It's called the Heritage Bonus, basically a participation trophy for being ancient and iconic. Mercedes and Red Bull get special payments for consistent success. Teams like Haas or Sauber, they get what's left after the big dogs have eaten. Sometimes, finishing 7th instead of 9th in the Constructors' Championship can mean an extra $15 to $20 million. That's not pocket change. That's keep the lights on money. This is why teams fight for every single position. P6 isn't just ego, it's a new simulator. A P4 finish can fund next year's chassis. And a DNF at the wrong time. That's like setting a suitcase full of cash on fire mid-race. The politics of prize money are ruthless. Some call it unfair, others call it Formula One. In the end, the sport rewards not just speed, but status. And in F1, status pays better than victory ever could. Let's be honest, without sponsors, half the grid would vanish overnight. Logos pay the bills, stickers keep the engines running, teams cover every square centimeter of carbon fiber with corporate logos. Crypto firms, tech startups, energy drinks, even random fashion brands you've never heard of. If it fits on the car, it sells space. And the prices are wild. The title sponsor alone can pay upwards of $50 million per year. A small logo near the rear wing? That's a few million. Even the driver's gloves can be monetized, literally. But sponsorships are fickle. When money dries up, teams have to get creative. Haas once renamed their team after a Russian fertilizer company. Force India became Racing Point became Aston Martin. All because investors kept changing. Sometimes it's less Formula One and more Formula Who's paying this week. Then you've got the billionaires. Lawrence Stroll, Gene Haas, Dietrich Mateschitz. These men don't own teams for profit. They own them for status, for bragging rights, for dinner parties where they can casually say, "My team finished in the points today." They are the sugar daddies of the paddock, funding dreams, fueling engines, and occasionally firing half the staff when the car's too slow. In F1, money doesn't just talk, it screams from the side pod. Here's something wild. Selling t-shirts might be more profitable than selling car parts. Formula One teams have turned fan passion into a billion-dollar industry. Ferrari's red merch empire is legendary. They sell everything from hats to baby onesies. All overpriced, all selling out. Mercedes moves Hamilton caps like Apple moves iPhones. Red Bull's merch line is so strong they could probably pay half their wind tunnel costs just by selling hoodies. Even smaller teams cash in. McLaren turned papaya orange into a lifestyle brand. Their merch is so stylish that half the people wearing it don't even know who Lando Norris is. In 2023, F1 teams collectively pulled in hundreds of millions from merchandise alone, and the margins, astronomical. A $5 cap becomes $70 once it gets a logo. It's pure capitalism on wheels, and fans love it. Buying team gear isn't just fashion, it's identity. It's tribal. You wear your colors like armor. You're not just a spectator, you're part of the fight. So next time you see a fan waving a flag in the stands, remember, they're not just cheering, they're funding the next front wing upgrade. The real jackpot in F1 isn't the prize money or the merch, it's the brand value. Winning builds reputation, reputation builds influence, influence builds empires. Look at Red Bull. Their F1 success didn't just sell more energy drinks, it redefined their brand. They went from that weird party drink to a global lifestyle symbol. Mercedes used F1 domination to market their road cars as high-tech luxury beasts. Ferrari, their entire car business is built on F1 heritage. Every race is a live advertisement to hundreds of millions of fans. Companies like Petronas, Shell, and Oracle pay absurd sums just to appear on the car for a few seconds per lap. Because when your brand zooms across a screen at 200 miles per hour next to a world champion, people remember it. And when the team wins, the sponsor's stock prices often rise. That's not racing, that's corporate sorcery. Even when teams struggle on track, the brand halo effect keeps shining. Williams might finish last, but heritage, innovation, British grit still sells sponsors. Alpine uses F1 to make Renault sound exotic again. In the business of prestige, you don't even need trophies, just global screen time. So even if teams lose money on paper, their partners gain it back tenfold. Formula One isn't just a sport, it's the world's most expensive marketing campaign. Think F1 teams only make money from racing? Think again. Their engineering divisions are stealth startups disguised as sports teams. Red Bull Advanced Technologies builds hypercars, racing drones, even America's Cup yachts. Mercedes Applied Science works with cycling, aerospace, and military clients. They sell simulation tech, materials research, even aerodynamic testing time. These projects bring in serious money. When Red Bull's engineers aren't perfecting Max Verstappen's car, they're designing tech for other industries and charging premium rates for it. It's a genius business model. Use F1 as your R&D playground, then sell the secrets. Even the facilities make money. Want to test your car in Mercedes's simulator? Sure. If you've got a spare 6 figures lying around. Formula One engineering is like Hogwarts for physics nerds. Magic happens there, and everyone wants a piece. The public sees fast cars. The accountants see diversified revenue streams. And in an era where winning races is unpredictable, that's the kind of insurance policy teams dream about. Engines in F1 are like the black market of horsepower. Only a few teams actually build them. Ferrari, Mercedes, Renault, and Red Bull powertrains. Everyone else, they buy them. And those deals are incredibly profitable. A single engine supply can cost a customer team up to $20 million a season. Multiply that by 2 or 3 teams and suddenly you're talking serious money. Mercedes alone made tens of millions just from selling engines to Williams, Aston Martin, and McLaren. It's a win-win. The manufacturers offset their R&D costs, and the customers get access to elite technology. But it's also a strategic power move. If you control the engine, you control half the grid's performance. Ferrari's engine sales keep Haas and Sauber alive. Renault's deals helped keep their program financially viable when they weren't winning races. And Red Bull, they're turning their own power unit division into a full-blown engine empire. The funny part, even the customers who pay millions for engines still get beaten by the team that sold them. It's like renting your opponent the sword you're about to stab them with, and charging extra for sharpening. The biggest moneymaker in modern Formula One isn't the cars, the sponsors, or the tech, it's the hype. Since Netflix dropped Drive to Survive, the sport's popularity exploded. Teams suddenly realized they weren't just in the racing business, they were in the content business. Now every team is a full-blown media company. Cameras everywhere, YouTube channels, TikToks, memes. Gwenther Steiner swearing became marketing gold. Toto Wolff slamming his headset became a brand moment. Even Lando Norris streaming video games drives merch sales. This new era turned fans into superfans, and superfans spend money. Sponsorship values soared, brand partnerships multiplied, entire fan economies emerged online. Formula One stopped being just a motorsport. It became entertainment IP. Teams now design drama like they design aerodynamics, Twitter feuds, teaser drops, behind-the-scenes leaks, all perfectly timed to keep you emotionally invested. It's not manipulation, it's marketing genius. And teams are cashing in hard. Exclusive docuseries, virtual fan experiences, limited edition drops, every piece of drama turns into dollars. At the end of the day, Formula One doesn't make money from racing. It makes money from making you care about racing. Because in this sport, hype isn't a byproduct, it's the product.